Today, we are cracking open one of the most powerful books on personal finance out there, J.L. Collins' The Simple Path to Wealth. We're going to break down his famously straightforward plan and distill it into a clear, simple roadmap you can actually use. Does the world of investing ever feel impossibly complicated? You've got stocks, bonds, crypto, financial advisors yelling at you from every direction. It's so overwhelming that a lot of people just do nothing. Well, Collins says it really doesn't have to be that hard. So here's our game plan. First, we got to clear the biggest obstacles out of the way. Then, we'll get to the one simple truth about the stock market you need to understand. After that, we'll look at the only tools you really need, figure out how to handle those scary market crashes, and finally, talk about how to actually stay on this path to financial freedom. All right, let's get right into it. Before you can even start building wealth, Collins is crystal clear. You have to clear the path. And the single biggest boulder sitting right in your way, it's debt. This is his first major rule, and it's a big one. Debt is an unacceptable burden. It is not a normal part of life. He argues that debt is like an anchor, actively weighing you down, stealing your freedom, and ramping up your stress. It literally prevents you from living the life you want. Now, this idea flies in the face of what most of us are taught. We hear about good debt all the time, right? Things like mortgages or student loans. But Collins, he's not buying it. He says any debt, no matter what you call it, is a roadblock. It's an emergency that needs to be dealt with before you can really start your journey. Okay, so once the path is clear of debt, you need a compass. You need something to guide you. And for that, we have to understand the true nature of the stock market. And guess what? It's a lot simpler than you might think. Collins doesn't pull any punches here. He goes straight for the biggest fear every single investor has. Market crashes will happen. It's not an if, it's a when. And just accepting this reality is the first crucial step to actually being successful. So how do we live with that fact? By burning these three truths into our brains. Number one, crashes are normal. They are a feature of the system, not a bug. Two, looking back at history, the market has always recovered. And three, even with all the wild swings, the long-term trend is consistently up. And this right here, this is your compass. This one idea. The day-to-day, scary headlines are just noise. If your goal is 10, 20, or 30 years down the road, this long-term upward trend is all that really matters. Okay, we have our compass. Now we need a vehicle to actually take us on this journey. This is the fun part, the how-to. What do you actually put your money into? And this is where the simple in the simple path really, really shines. Forget about trying to pick the next hot stock. You don't have to be a Wall Street genius. In fact, Collins says you can build incredible wealth with just two super basic low-cost tools. And here they are. First up, VTSAX, a total stock market index fund. Just think of this as your engine. It buys you a tiny slice of basically every public company in the US so you grow as the whole economy grows. Then you have VBTLX, a total bond market fund. This is your shock absorber. When the stock market goes crazy, bonds tend to be much more stable. The real magic here is that they're simple and incredibly cheap, which means more of your money stays in your pocket working for you. So what does this look like in the real world? The book gives this perfect example of a 26-year-old, totally debt-free, and just starting out. Let's see what the plan is. It really just comes down to this simple three-step strategy. 1. If your job offers something like a 401k with a match, you max that out. That's literally free money. It's an instant return on your investment. 2. You consistently and automatically put your money into those simple, low-cost index funds. And 3. You avoid paying huge fees to financial advisors. The whole point of this strategy is that it's so simple, you don't need to pay someone a fortune to manage it. All right, so now you have the map, you have the compass, and you have the vehicle. But you know what the hardest part of any long journey is? It's not the road. It's what's going on inside your own head. This is about how to stay on the path when everything gets scary. Collins is so clear about this. Your success has almost nothing to do with complex spreadsheets and everything to do with your own psychology. It all comes down to a simple question. Can you keep your cool when everyone else is losing theirs? So why do so many investors fail? It's because our own brains betray us. We get swept up in the excitement when the market is booming, so we buy high. And then, when it all comes crashing down, we panic and sell at the very bottom, locking in those huge losses. The strategy of buy and hold is incredibly simple to understand, but it's incredibly difficult to do emotionally. And really, this is the most important lesson of all. Your biggest superpower in the market isn't some secret stock tip. It's your ability to master your own fear, tune out the noise, and just stay the course. So let's bring this all home. We've cleared the path of debt. We understand how the market really works, and we've got our simple toolkit packed. We've even prepared for the mental battle ahead. So what's the big takeaway? The entire philosophy of this amazing book can be boiled down to these three things. Get the knowledge you need, keep your strategy as simple as humanly possible, and never, ever take your eyes off your long-term goal. That is the simple path to wealth. So there you have it. The map is laid out with perfect clarity. The path is simple, the tools are right there for you, and the destination is complete financial freedom. The only question left is the one he leaves for you to answer.